All right, chat. We're back. We're doing it again. The servers are dead. D-E-D-A-D-E-D, dead. Spelling never was my strong suit. Let me move back over here. For those that missed it, last night we went through yet another draft here in the early stages, and chat won. Chat very much won. I can't deny it. You guys very much won, especially with the #1 overall pick in one Richard Pena. Good old Richard Pena, your #1 overall pick. And, yeah, you guys did very well. Very, very well. You know, B-rated players with high overalls, you guys crushed it. It's an amazing draft. And again, me and your Colorado Rockies, we did okay with James Borden. Everything else was just okay for the most part. You know, I ended up with 2 high overalls, but they receive potential, so. We'll see how it all plays out. We'll see how it all plays out. Elite center, Richard Pena. It's true. It's true. So with that, we're good to pretty much just sim through the rest of the season because, again, it's the early stages of a draft to glory. Our teams both absolutely suck. It's just how it works. It's just how it works. Don't doubt the Shin Master. The Shin Master, huh? Oh, Brian Anderson to the Orioles for Adley. Holy crap. That's a trade right there. The deal is 1 for 1, and the Orioles done goofed. Congrats to the Florida. Don't call them Florida Miami Marlins. I still make that mistake sometimes. I don't know why. I do. But, yeah, shout out to the Marlins for fleecing. Fucking fleecing Baltimore. That is a god-awful trade. God-awful. And let me just double check here that indeed our draft picks are signed. The one thing we didn't do was go around and look at other teams. And, you know, for the most part, I don't really care. Let me know if you see, like, a potential that looks good. Really, more than anything, I'm just looking for names that we were considering. Steven Nestorov got a lot of shouts, but again, 22 and only a 56. Yes, it's a shame that Benny Marlin didn't go to the Marlins, huh? That's a damn shame. Any other names that we were looking at here that, like, both of us were considering, but we didn't take? Beckham was a 43 overall with 74 potential. Good lord. You know, I think the key again here, though, is that we both knocked it out of the park. I mean, CGM, literally, you just pick 2 teams when you start up a franchise. Wallstrom, 23, 67. It's not bad. Lenskow was a 54. Or Lensko. Really good. That's a lie. I want to see those closers. Also, shout out to the $1 Million Man, Porter DiBiase. Yeah. So those closers in the first round, Padilla. Holy hell. That kid's gonna be a stud. It keeps changing to all manual or auto when I do it. CGM, I don't know. Like, for me, literally, it was just I selected 2 teams and it was fine. So, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Alright, I mean, there were some other names, but for the most part, yeah. Went pretty well. I know I didn't check everybody, but it's okay. Let's keep going. I want to get through this offseason. I want to see how we do. No home run derby participants. Can we see who made the All-Star game? Who made the All-Star game for the American League? It's at Busch Stadium. Garrett Cole, Jack, no big familiar names for the pitchers. Of course, Trout made another All-Star game. Connor Wong. Well, in the AL at least, there's no familiar names. Yeah, Rick Montag is your guy. You can tell by the overall, and he's not even your prospect, so at least your outright prospect. So we're still not even at the point where our guys are actually making the All-Star game legit. Which is pretty rough. Hey! Oh, well, I mean, Tommy Kilpatrick was my my all-star. That's not that bad. 251 with a 327 on base. Mr. Kilpatrick, these servers. Yeah, Knucklehead. Yeah. I saw Zepeda. Was Zepeda there? Did I miss him? I might have missed him. Honestly, I kind of forgot about him because he was a Rule 5 pickup. Maybe not that Zepeda. I don't think you saw Zepeda, unless I'm losing my mind. On NL? Would that have been your Zepeda? You guys are an AL team, though. Oh, cool, Zepeda. Oh, that's right, he's mine. For some reason, I thought you guys took him. Cool, Zepeda also made it then. Very happy. Very, very happy with that. I just bought Bauer. I just want to play. Yeah, I know, man. It's... Like I said, it is getting to an unacceptable point. That was one of the things, Knucklehead, we talked about with the servers when we first started streaming tonight was, you know, at the end of the day, in the aftermath of...
Fanboy! The man was a fanboy!
French Ray, thank you for the 20 months. In the aftermath of Cyberpunk, you know, there's no excuses, essentially. Nobody cares anymore. Just have your game be good, please, and run properly. That type with a little bit more enthusiasm. French Ray, thank you for the 20 months. How the heck are you? I hope you are well. Let's work on these signings here really quickly. So you guys will definitely be bringing back Mr. Will Benson. He is not yours. Neither of those two are yours. You have Quintana, not there. You have Tejera and Meisner. Neither are there. Haas is not yours. You don't have a second baseman. Neither of those guys are yours either. Neither of those guys are yours. That would have to be Ostrander. All right, well, there's really not much to do there for you guys then. Big Nate, what's going on? Get Henry Tanaka back under contract for you. And for myself, of course, we'll be bringing back one Kyle Tucker. Mac, what's up? Warrior, dropping the gift.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
I'll never get tired of that song. Warrior, thank you for the gifted, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing, friendo? I hope you are well. 'Tis good to see you. Let's see, in left, Seth Beer. The Beerman has to be back. Tommy Kilpatrick has to be back. Shortstops, no. Third baseman, don't have one. Second baseman, Bobby Jensen definitely has to come back. God bless Bobby Jensen. First, I don't have anybody at catcher. I don't have anybody. Zepeda definitely needs to come back. Reliever, nobody to worry about. Starters, none of those dudes are mine. All right, cool. So we're both good then in terms of the contract extensions. Let's keep going. Max Kepler to the Cubs for 3 dudes, including Nick Cardenas. It's not too bad. How's the house? It's it is. Bang! I do not play BR, so you definitely did not play me. I don't play this game online. I don't have the patience level. Mariners get Alberto Mondesi for Kelenic. Sam Carlson. Damn. Gurriel to the Indians for Robert Broom and Ramon Campillo. Not bad. Not bad. Is your house a house? It is a house. Not one we're moving into yet. Also, our next game is against one another. We'll keep going. I know people want to see Le Poutine Park in working order, but we're not quite there yet. Give it time. Give it time. Putnam House and Road candidate? Nice. Yeah, though for me, like the house is a house at this stage, but I still got a ways to go, let me tell you. I got a ways to go. We're getting there though. We are getting there. Oh no, the Skeeters didn't make the playoffs. Who would have thought? Alright, so the Expos finish at 17 and 145. 17 and 145. Holy crap, you guys are terrible. The Rockies finish at 30 and 132. So, needless to say, you'll have the pick. You'll pick ahead of me. Which is perfectly fine by me. Playoff-wise, you have the A's and Indians. Winner plays the New York Yankees. Mariners make the playoffs again. They will play the White Sox. In the NL, it's Philly and LA. Winner plays San Diego. Chicago, the Cubs, that is, play Atlanta. Elsewhere, Hobo. Again, it is good to see everybody. I hope you are all doing well. So that is the situation there. While we can, let's take a look at the awards. NL MVP, Alex Bregman, who went to the Cubs. The AL MVP is Mike Trout. He and his 117 RBIs. Bregman had 131. Cy Young's to Walker Buehler, 2.16 ERA. Jesus, Marion Hossa. His second in 3 years. AL MVP was Shane Bieber. Leonard's upset. Yes, he has every right to be upset, by the way. The NHL's dropping the ball. Game mode, yeah. The ultimate game mode, network error. It's my favorite too, aside from depth chart. Oh, let's see. The batting title, Luis Arias and Juan Soto. Reliever of the year, Taylor Rogers with the Cubs and Tyler Duffy. Rookie of the year, Kevin Vizcaino. But in the NL, it's Seth Beer, baby. Rookie of the year, Seth Beer, beating out teammate Tommy Kilpatrick. It is my second Rookie of the Year in 3 seasons. Seth Beer. Love to see it. Hank Aaron Award to Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. Really quickly, do we have anybody up there for, yeah, probably not. I don't think we would have had anybody up there. 20 and 134 was your worst record before, just surpassed by your Expos. I mean, it's history in the making, for sure. To take a look here, then, let's go to roster. So take a look at some stats for me. Alejandro Zepeda. I mean, 125 whips, pretty good. 78 Ks in 81 innings. A 1-6 record, but not bad. Zepeda's looking great. Then we had Seth Beer, 239 average, but 23 homers, 85 RBIs. Not too shabby either. 12 steals. Kyle Tucker, 15 homers, 66 RBIs, 11 steals on a 260 average. Purdue the Turtle. Now, is that Purdue the Turtle? Or Purdue the Turtle? Who knows? Bobby Jensen as well. 243 average. A lot of speed in this lineup. 21 steals. Not too bad. Lee Anthony as a starter went 9-17 with a 5.17 ERA. 116 strikeouts, though. Tommy Kilpatrick, 256, 16 homers, 56 RBI. Not bad. McIntyre ended up getting hurt. He only pitched 26 innings this season. Oh shit, he might be like really hurt. Wow, Dominique Cedeno was not ready for prime time. Some of these guys, of course, got called up midway through or for September. Really quickly, injured list. It was a torn finger ligament. That's what you want for a pitcher. That's what you want. And for your lovely Expos, of course, you didn't have as many players on the Major League roster as I did. But Jace Vines went 2-23 with a 5.11 ERA. Poor bastard. Will Benson, a 242 average, 9 homers, 45 RBIs. Henry Tanaka went 4-23 with a 4.81 ERA. Whew. Meisner with 108 at-bats, only had a 204 average. And William Rich, 43 innings with a 3.14 ERA, that's not bad. 9.5 whip, too. Not bad. So again, you had a lot of September call-ups. So, you guys did a great job of tanking, for sure. Let's see who wins the World Series, and the answer is the New York Yankees. Boo. Boo earns. Yankees beat the Phillies in the World Series in 5 games. Seattle was oh so close to making it to a World Series. It just didn't happen. And to take a look for the Halibut World Series MVP was Danny Jansen. Danny Jansen. So congrats to Danny Jansen. Hello, Muted. How are you? It is good to see you. As we move on to an off-season, retired players. Nobody of importance for either side. Any Hall of Famers? Robinson Cano makes the Hall of Fame. Not surprising. Not surprising. I'm doing okay. Tired, but I'm doing okay. All right, so there's nothing to do staff-wise right now. There's nothing to do. It's not really worth firing someone because you don't know if you'll get somebody better. And you guys elected to sign Dave Bautista, so everything's fine. To start off, we should be able to breeze through free agency here. Let's see, players you could lose in the Rule 5. I mean, there's nobody of concern in this early stage. No arbitration. Tendering contract. So, how goes the renovations? They're getting there. It's... Is it a process, though? Oh my God, is it a process? Let me tell you. So we got Valentine. Tahara needs to be brought back. Meisner's already signed. And left, you got Humberto. Sign him up. Shortstop, Ramirez. You don't have to worry about. Third base, Frank Jones. You definitely have to bring back. I'm sure he's up to a 72. You guys are going to play him in the majors this year, I'm sure. First base is next. Michael Chen needs to be re-signed, as does Lucas Ashley. And for catchers, Delgado. And of course, you just drafted Mr. Pena. So, pretty good. For the closers, Arlo Ostrander. Getting that much closer to being Major League ready, but he's 24 years old. For relievers, you got Denny North. And then a crap load of starters. James Shim is yours. Chavez is also yours. Alvarado is not, nor is Garcia or Salgado. All right, cool. So that should do it for you guys. And then for the Rockies, any consecutive positions. Warrior, that's a rough one. When something really obvious is actually possible, and you're like, why can't I do this? And you discover that you can. It's a tough break. Let's see. Joey McKenna needs to be brought back. No Trimble, so we're okay. And left, neither of those guys are mine. Shortstops, no. Third base, no. Second base, no. First base, no. Catchers, nobody to worry about. Closers, I do need to bring in McWilliams. Relievers, nobody to worry about. Just a lot of dudes. And for starters, Adrian Donaldson is mine. Barney Torres is mine. Muted, they're getting there. Much like the renovations, our teams are taking steps forward. It is obviously a process, though. All right, let us move. So Luis Castillo goes to the Mariners, 7 years, $217 million for the 94 overall. Luis Castillo. Jack Flaherty to the Red Sox, 6 years, $186 million. 95 overall, you'll love to see it. Archie Bradley to the Giants. Lucas Giolito to the Dodgers, 6 years, $170 million. Padres sign Ohtani. Ultimate trader. The ultimate trader. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The ultimate trader. Unbelievable. Ohtani to the Padres. Screw you, Angels. Dinelson Lamet to the Athletics. Blake Snell to the White Sox on a mega deal. $31 million a year for 9 years. Blake Snell to the White Sox. Cody Bellinger to the Phillies. $31 million a year. 99 overall belly. Holy crap. Yasmani Grandal to the Braves. 93 overall at 35 years old. Tyler Glasnow to the Blue Jays. Man, there have been some crazy moves here. Crazy moves. Josh Hader to the Reds. Craziness. Alright, best Rockies players without contracts. For whatever reason, McWilliams hasn't signed yet, which worries me a little bit. You guys are completely set, though. Let's keep going. With Montreal, we got to cut somebody really quickly. Which is fine. Literally just go to lowest overall, Mr. Newberry. Yeah, you weren't drafted, so we'll get rid of you. And we'll keep going towards that Rule 5. And no, we won't, because I got to do the same thing with the Rockies. And Diaz is not mine. There we go. To free agency. Kyle Schwarber with the Cubs. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Arias to the Giants. Ahmed Rosario to the Rangers. Just wanted to make sure McWilliams was still there, and he is. Good. So, nobody else to worry about. No arbitration to worry about. Let's just keep going. Harrison Bader to the Red Sox. So the Red Sox spending some big money. We'll love to see that. And really quickly, give me uno momento. Alright. Paul DeYoung to the... Man, the Cubs are spending some big money, too. Good lord. Good lord. Gio to the Marlins. Damn. Matt Olson to the Cardinals. Basically $20 million a year. Which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Mondesi to the Diamondbacks. Man, so he gets traded. What? Was it Seattle that gave up a decent amount to get him and then they lose him? He was just a rental. That's rough. Very rough. Lance McCullers traded to the Yankees from the Marlins for Jamison Tyon. Kevin Vizcaino. Defending champs get better. Defending champs get better. And with that, we get to the Rule 5. We get to the Rule 5. So, chat, you just should know how this works at this stage. I know the old phrase in chat for your chance to make a selection. All you do is type in Rule 5 in chat. Again, we get one position player and one pitcher each, as Luis Robert has been traded to the Mets from the White Sox for Kevin Kiermaier and Trevor May. You guys get the number 1 pick. I get the second. I'm going to bring you through all the players available. So there's no excuse to be like, well, look at this guy, look at this guy, look at... You're going to have all the information that you need to hopefully get this done in a very, in a very timely fashion. So let's do this. In terms of the players available, now number 1 for catchers, let's be honest, you really don't need anybody. You don't. You have Richard Pena. But for catchers, there are the likes of Shea Langeliers, Anthony Siegler. So, I mean, there are 2 decent catchers there, all things considered. Let's be honest, I'm probably going to have to take one of these catchers. For first baseman, honestly, it's bad. It's bad. You could take Lewin Diaz because he's 26. But even then, I don't know. And, like, Toglia's there, but he's a complete long shot. Despite the A. So, first baseman, complete transparency, it's pretty rough. The only guy is Lewin Diaz, really. I mean, unless you want to take David Fry, but then you got to realize that he's going to, by the time the rest of your team is ready, how old is he going to be? Second base, Julian Chavez. The Julian Chavez. 23 years old, see potential, but already a 79 overall for Mr. Chavez. Also, shout out to Jake Hager. That's a real interesting player right there. And easily the best second baseman available. Third base. You do have the likes of one Jonathan India. But you also have Frank Jones ahead of him. I mean, Jonathan India by far the best option. Shot in the dark picks would be Joe Rizzo and Kevin Maitan. So yeah, Rizzo or Maitan for shot in the dark third baseman. For the shortstops, Tyler Freeman. He's got a good bat too, 23 being a 75. Clearly the best shortstop available, Tyler Freeman. In left, Carlos Rincon. Nobody else would really be worth it outside of Rincon, I would say. For center fielders, Gary Waters. Really good vision and contact, good speed. Has a good arm. Gary Waters is someone to legitimately consider as well. Wow. 25 being a 78. And in right, you have, holy hell, Benito Osuna. No matter what, guys, we're doing very well. Both of us. Again, this is why we limit it to just one pick, because you could just exploit the Rule 5 to an unbelievable extent and end up with a great team. No matter what, each of our teams are going to benefit greatly here, but Benito Osuna is also available. For the pitchers, when it comes to starters, Levi Kelly, by far the best. 23 being a 78. Grayson Rodriguez is the same. So a couple of pretty strong starters are available there. And yeah, by far the best are the two at the top when it comes to Kelly or Rodriguez. For relief pitchers, there's really nobody. But for closers, there's really nobody. So let's be, I mean, unless you want to go for Malcolm Gonzalez. So let's be honest, I think both teams are going to take a starter. And if they're on the board, it'll be one of Kelly or Rodriguez for both of us. So the question is, though, who are you going to take and who's going to be allowed to make that pick? And the answer is Cody. To one Cody QW. Who's it going to be, Cody? We've gone through and he says Chavez. No surprise. Very smart move, guys. Very smart move. Julian Chavez. 23 C and a 79. I mean, this is a guy who can be your second baseman for essentially the duration of this entire series. And that completes your infield, by the way, in terms of having at least one person in every position. So Julian Chavez is the acquisition here for the Expos. The Rockies, I have a dilemma. I have a dilemma. I don't think it's as big of a slam dunk. I might have to consider Shea here because I do not have a catcher. I took that shot in the dark pick of Dwayne Burns, and yeah. Again, I don't have a first baseman either. I don't have a first baseman either. But clearly there's nobody there that I want. As it stands, I'm taking a catcher. As much as I'd like Jonathan India, 25 being a 76. I mean, it's about the same. I'm still going to have to go for Shea. God, Tyler Freeman, though. 23 being a 75. I don't know if I can pass up on Tyler Freeman. I don't know if I can. Devs, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you. You're welcome for the jersey taste. I think it's got to be Tyler Freeman for me. Like, I do like Gary Waters, but I can't afford to take another outfielder. Although Seth Beer can play first, so actually. One. Ooh. Oh, man, this is so tough. Do I take Tyler Freeman? Or do I go for the likes of Gary Waters or Benito Osuna? I mean, Osuna has the power edge. He's an all-around better fielder, but the arm goes to Waters. Osuna can play any outfield spot. I mean, Osuna's the better option. I mean, he's 24. It's either Osuna or Freeman. As much as I need a catcher, I'm still in a position where I need the best player available. 23 being a 75. 25 being a 70. 24 being a 78. I gotta do it. With my position player pick, I am taking the right fielder, Benito Osuna, which will likely mean that Seth Beer becomes my first baseman, and the outfield becomes Tommy Kilpatrick next to Kyle Tucker and James Borden. I'm taking Benito Osuna. I just think this guy's going to be an absolute stud. An absolute stud. He's better than the catcher. And holy hell, did a lot of players just go off the board. So Gary Waters is gone. Rodriguez as a pitcher is gone. Drew Waters as the center fielder is gone as well. Guys, I think you just won out. Okay, we both missed out on that starting pitcher. Both starting pitchers that I was saying would be available to take are gone. So Levi Kelly and the other guy as well are both gone. So when it comes to pitchers, Ty Culbreth isn't horrible. Bowden Francis isn't horrible. I mean, again, there aren't great options here. Matt Liberatore, 23 being a 73 is okay. There aren't amazing options to take here as a pitcher. Braxton Ashcraft. Again, there aren't amazing relievers either that are at least young enough to really be worth it. There is Jarrett Gutu as a closer, Malcolm Gonzalez as well. It has to be a pitcher with this pick. It has to be a pitcher, and the pick belongs to Habs for life. So the Habs, congratulations. A winner is you out of the starters and the closers. Who are you picking up for the Expos? Who's it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? And Habs, I hope you're here too, because I closed the raffle, in which case it would be a disaster if you're not here. It would be a disaster if you're not here. I mean, you do have the option to pick nobody, but it's not a very good move. Habs will defer to the chat. Again, the big thing is finding a young enough guy who can contribute to your core and won't burn out. And won't burn out before anything happens. But we both, unfortunately, missed out on starters. We both missed out on those ideal starters. Maybe we'll play on Xbox Series X with a friend on Xbox One. Zach, I gotta be honest, I'm sorry I can't help. I actually don't know the answer to that. I would presume so, but I can't say with 100% certainty. Habs, what's it gonna be? Back to starters. I mean, again, you do see someone like Matthew Liberatore being thrown out quite a bit. What are you thinking, Habs? What are you thinking? Our easy picks both got taken away. What are you thinking?
Oh, we're doing this again?
As Warrior drops another gifted, you'd love to see it. Lock it in, Liberatore. That's a good pick. So you guys pick up another starter after drafting 3 of them. 4 of them, I think, this year, in fact. So Liberatore is acquired by Montreal. And for me, I'm pretty much locked into it. I'm going to have to pick up Gutu with this pick. So I will take the close to help shore up. How is your own editor not subbed to you? I don't know, man. How's my own editor not gotten done with the video that he could have gotten done since we're not playing Outriders every night? Under the bus! Big Daddy Haas, what's up, man? Jarrett Goo, too. Welcome aboard. And even Kyle Freeland was picked up in this draft, huh? Fuck's sake. Alright, so that is it for us in the Rule 5, so we can't overly exploit it. I am unwell. Well, I know that. Alright, the Rule 5 has been completed. We are good to move on to spring training. Jordan Hicks signs with the Royals. Mr. Devers goes to Pittsburgh. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. And no, I won't watch anything. I can't watch this until you finish it. Love you, buddy. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Renewable contracts. You guys do have to renew with Mr. Chavez. Beautiful. And to spring training we go. So again, I'm going to have to go through the tedious garbage of setting up this roster, but not an issue. Not an issue. We'll get it done. Solid Rule 5 for both teams, though.